Hi there, this is Pandit Fakir Yogi Brindrigi. Beloved friends, any nation can only grow and develop if they have firm belief and faith in health, happiness, progress, prosperity, and development of that country. And for this you need scientific approach. Europe becomes so much rich and famous. Today America is the richest country on the surface of the earth, and other places where there is a growth, peace and prosperity. That is because of the mind application, knowledge blended intelligently and effectively with skill so that the country can do everything possible. There are various factors which make a country great. One is a great leader, because it's the leadership, it is the vision of that leader who really gives direction to every department of the nation. If the leader is not that efficient and he is elected just by some evil concept of the citizens, for example, you take India. Here the society is very diverse. People are orthodox and conservative. It has got a vast majority of Hindu population, Muslim population, partially some Sikhs, some Buddhists, some Jains, little bit Zoroastrians and other things. But these people, most of the time, they are very conservative. They believe in worshipping idols, statues. On the contrary, somebody do not believe in any idols, but still they worship. And they do not use their own mind. They are following the Gospels, the ideas, the knowledge of the people who were born thousands of years back. And that thousands of years back past cannot be relevant in the present. Man has conquered time and space. There is a lot of development in the scientific, technological innovations has occurred. In this context, if a nation want to have pace with the developing countries and want to develop, they should focus on the fundamentals problems of that nation. Now let's come back to India. In India, dear friends, I am very ignorant regarding all these kind of spiritual temples, mosques, church and all this so and so forth. I am a scientist, basically physicist. I believe in logic and reasoning. I always believe in the absolute law and undeviating universal law of cause and effect. I believe in sowing and reaping. I believe in action, reaction, equal and opposite. I believe in law of compensation. All these fundamental great philosophy and theories of the natural laws. Dear friends, on that context, I will never waste a moment, a second, forget about hours, days and months on some kind of things whose thought is really very dangerous and detrimental to the real growth of the mankind, mental and material world. Here we have to see how the citizens are there. First is education. And that education has to be skill-oriented education. Take the example of medical professionals. They are very much relevant day and night. They are serving the people who are suffering from different diseases. They are suffering from various other reasons like accidents and so on and so forth. They are the people who are the most relevant. Now take some other areas where the technicians, the electricians, the plumbers, and so forth, the people who has blended their knowledge and organized in such a way that it is directly applicable to the mankind. They produce consumable items. There are so many areas, I don't like to dwell on that. They are the relevant people. So the country, headed by some government, the government has to create a pool of technical men, a pool of very useful and productive and creative manpower who can contribute towards growth and development of the nation in any areas, scientific, technological, materialistic. Every areas we need some technically skilled man. And we should hide all the other kinds of secondary things, which is very private and personal to particular citizens. We should never allow our growth and progress and mental enlightenment by some secondary, very conservative and orthodox ideas. This orthodox and conservatism has been ruling the roost for thousands of years. These conservative people went for wars, race superiority, and religious superiority, and all these dampening growth, creating greed, anger, hatred, jealousy, and cynicism has never done any good to the mankind. That's why my appeal to the heads of the states of any nations in the world is that focus on your citizens. Are they all employed? Or all they having everything, day-to-day needs? Are they happy? Are they healthy, happy and prosperous being? If they are not, you are shameless. You should not rule the country, because once the citizens are unhappy, how can you enjoy the princely and monarchical status? Maybe it be democracy. Maybe it can be anarchy and monarchy whatsoever. It is very saddening in India particularly. For example, I work for National Mineral Development Corporation. I got a job when I was young and retired when I was 60. But when I retired, I invested some money and that money just spent. No return came. I become broke. Now no pension is coming to me. Shame on the government of India. Shame to the Prime Minister and shame to the Steel Ministry. These fools don't have common sense. The people who were general manager directors, they were drawing 3 lakh, 4 lakh rupees per month. And after retirement, they invested somewhere and they become beggars. Where is the attention of the government of India? I know they are great people. They are doing great things. A lot of growth and development is coming. But if the people like me who have in the helm of the government sector, PSU, after retirement you become unemployed. Why they are not enforcing the Steel Ministry Department to compensate by pension? Pension is must. I was unemployed when I was in the 20s, and today I am unemployed when I am after 60s. Who will give me job now? That's the story of the nation. The government, in the power and the helm, should have feelings for the people of India. They should not have their whims and fancies. They should not always create some kind of unnecessary environment which divides the society, which discriminates in the society, which widen the gulfs between different communities, different caste, creed and race and religion. The deplorable, the mentally broken idiots of the country, the leaders, they are dividing India into caste basis, on religion basis, on different sects. Shame. Shame to these idiots. You yourself discover who are those idiots. You will find there are plenty in number. And the most backward states are at the top. Look at some of the backward states who are having nothing to give to the people, but they divide the society in OBC and SC/ST and other different castes and creeds, just to influence them so that they will vote them and they will come into power. Shame on you idiots! Shame, shame! Indian citizens are equal. There are only one Indian. There are only Bharatiya. भारत माता की संतान सब समान है. सबको रोटी कपड़ा मकान चाहिए. सबको सब सुविधा चाहिए. ये भेदभाव करने की नीति, शर्म करो गद्दारों, देशद्रोहियों. तुम्हें मरण मिटना चाहिए. चुल्लू भर मूत्र में डूब के मरना चाहिए. पानी तो अच्छी चीज़ होती है. बड़ी बड़ी बातें करने वाले गद्दारों, हमारे जैसे जनरल मैनेजर डायरेक्टर कंपनी से रिटायर होते हैं तो अनएम्प्लॉयड हो जाते हैं. दोस्तों, मैं बताना चाहता हूँ एनएमडीसी के बहुत सारे रिटायर्ड जनरल मैनेजर डायरेक्टर सुसाइड कर लिए क्योंकि उनको खाने पीने की समस्या थी. शर्म नहीं आ रही है प्राइम मिनिस्टर को और स्टील मिनिस्ट्री को? इनका ध्यान कहाँ रहता है? अरे ध्यान दो नागरिकों पर, ध्यान दो अपने सेक्टर पर, ध्यान दो अपने डिपार्टमेंट्स पर। ये माइन मिनिस्ट्री जो है स्टील के द्वारा कंडक्ट हो रहा है, NMDC। और सिंधिया जी अच्छे हैं, मोदी जी अच्छे हैं, लेकिन मैं कितना बुरा हो गया। भारत माता मेरी भी माँ है। वंदे मातरम मैं भी बोलता हूँ, जय हिंद मैं भी बोलता हूँ। दुर्भाग्य है मेरा कि इन लोगों की तरह मैं उतना न काबिल हूँ, न उतना ज्ञानी हूँ, न उतना हूँ। सब कुछ सीखा मैंने, न सीखा होशियारी। सच है दुनिया वालों की हम है अनारी। हमारे जैसे अनारी लोगों जो IT से पढ़ाई किया, जो NMDC के टॉप मोस्ट पोजीशन को होल्ड किया, आज अनएम्प्लॉयड होकर भीख मांगने की स्थिति में। लोग भीख दे रहे हैं, उससे खाना खा रहा हूँ मैं। ये बात भी कोई सुनता है? नहीं सुनता है। वो तो कुछ कुछ अलग ही धुन में है। जय हो, कल्याण हो देश का, भारत का। हर भारत के नागरिक खुशहाल हो। इनकी समस्या पर ध्यान देना ही गवर्नमेंट का उत्तरदायित्व है। भले तुम पावर में रहो न रहो गद्दारों, लेकिन जब तक पावर में हो तो जनता का ही केवल ख्याल करो। जनता ही तुम्हें बनाया है और जनता के द्वारा ही तुम प्रशासित हो। डेमोक्रेसी का डेफिनेशन याद करो, जो मेरा दोस्त, प्यारा दोस्त अब्राहम लिंकन ने कहा था। डेमोक्रेसी इज ए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ द पीपुल, बाय द पीपुल, फॉर द पीपुल। भारत गवर्नमेंट is elected by the people, is for the people, is in the interest of the people. Bharat government is of the people, by the people, for the people, not for these politicians who never think about the citizens. Thank you, viewers.